Afternoon again, it's Mike Cash. Welcome back to the ABCs of Home Improvement. Today we're talking about the space that no one seems to appreciate, the basement, and what to do with it and how to add additional living space that you're being charged for currently.
That's right, Mike. And where were we? We were up to the designing part.
Yeah, we kind of phased in a 3-section in the basement. We're going to be utilizing the space downstairs to, one, have a bathroom. We've already decided that the bathroom will have a real function of a tub, toilet, and vanity, mirror, and whatever else goes with that. And outside, we want to put in something like an entertainment area where they can utilize it for kids in books and closets or TV watching. A combination.
A multi-purpose
entertainment
room,
area, basically. Right. And possibly a spare room may be utilized as a bedroom when people come over.
Study, bedroom,
yeah,
library.
Could be a two-fold, easy enough to do.
Exactly.
Maybe a drop-down bed, the old type that came in, or
you have one of those fake bookshelves that drops down. It's a Murphy bed, and like a James Bond type of thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Always thinking, Mike. That's why you pay me the big bucks to design your basements for you.
Oh, you know something? We know each other a long time. I can't complain with all the work we've done over the years. It's really fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
People say, why do we need the architect, Mike? Always. If I'm doing a basement, what do I need the architect for? The builder says he can, draw me up 3 or 4 walls.
The builder can probably do the walls and the studs and the sheetrock and the insulation and the plumbing and electrical if he understands that. But where does he put the bookcase, and what are you going to do with the room? Who's going to sit down with the client and review all these type of products?
Right. So the small investment that
that's
you make.
That's number one.
Right.
And then number
that's
two,
right,
because it's you'll draw a little picture on the spot.
Oh, we have fun with that. The basements are a lot of fun. We actually, with American Design and Build, a little investment in design goes a long way.
Major.
And if you work just directly with a builder, sometimes they will have a designer working with them. Sometimes they won't. And you'll be paying for that service in either event, either in the project cost or up front. So it's better to pay for it up front a little bit independently with a design build team or an architect and get a better construction product and understand a little more about what you're actually going to receive as a finished product, where the builder might just say, here's a bedroom, here's a multi-purpose room, here's a bathroom. And
you know something, the spacing of all these things in the basement are very critical.
That's right.
I mean, just so people understand what I'm talking about. Let's say you built the next phase of the project was the bedroom, and you don't know where to set the door. It seems like a simple question, but if you're planning on furniture and you're planning on positioning things in the room, that door is very important how it opens. It might open into a chair, it might open into a dresser.
That's right.
So you have to think out a little bit more than just throw me a door here.
And Mike, what we always think about here at American Design and Build and why you hire us is because we tell you to make that door at least 3 feet wide to anticipate handicapped accessibility in the future. It is on a ground level. We also ask people, for a $6,000 or $7,000 fee, a 1-story elevator could be installed in that basement if you're going to be using it in the future for in-laws or somebody who's going to wind up being somewhat physically impaired a little bit.
That almost sounds like exotic to the people.
It's not anymore.
But the reason is an architect would think that way, a builder wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. So you should, as an architect, and why you hire the architect and builder, is to get all of the options. So if you're going to spend $30,000 on finishing your basement, 20 or 30, should you spend 35 and put an elevator in?
See, people have to also understand, you hire different trades for different things in the business. You get a plumber to do plumbing. You tell him where, and he'll take care of it for you.
That's right.
You get a carpenter, a framer, a builder who tells you where, he'll take care of it for you. But someone's got to sit down and lay this out proper that makes it most functional and get the best out of the space.
Well, that's what we're talking about. It's got to be a win-win. So with a design professional involved, you get the best product for the best dollar that you actually want, instead of getting a generic build-out of space, which is fine. Some people want that. But you'll be paying the same dollar amount for the same thing. So why not get what you want for that dollar instead of getting what somebody else wants?
There are so many examples that are going through my head right now where it makes such a big difference. It's very important to work with the trades that do each phase very well. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to the basement, though. So we've got right now a bathroom, and now we have a sleeping quarters, and we have a great room.
Okay, let's explain to the folks first. The bathroom needs to be jackhammered into the slab of the foundation. So just so...
What do you mean?
When people, if you're doing a project and you're unaware of what's going to happen, you think, well, all my space is finished, down here.
Let's give them two choices. What can happen on
Right.
these bathrooms?
That's right.
A lot of jobs you go to where the money becomes a problem, or no one's thinking ahead until afterwards. They'll actually hook up a basement with everything above the floor,
That's right.
and what that creates in reality is
It's
a
a
step,
step.
into the bathroom.
Again, not accessible
Not
for
a
the
very
folks.
nice 6-inch step. You're talking a 9-inch step, 9.5-inch step. Those are big steps, and you're taking up space in the basement.
So we have to
So
jackhammer.
go back to that jackhammer.
Right, we have to jackhammer. So American Design and Build likes to keep everything flush on the slab grade, so that this way, if you do have
He's cutting a hole into the floor and it's submerging all this below ground.
That's right. Everything's going to get encapsulated back underneath the slab in the back part of the, wherever you're going to put this basement bathroom. And then you're going to have your ejector pump, which needs to be jackhammered into the slab and flushed out with the slab. And then a pipe coming out and connecting into your main drain. So all of that is
it can
done.
be done to make it look like a regular bathroom upstairs, not
Right.
like a basement
That's
job.
right. You want it to
And
look.
that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
right. It has to, whatever you produce in that basement has to look as if it is on the main floor of the house. People are creating spaces that they live in. They're down in those spaces as much as they are upstairs.
The people that are down there, you must really like a lot or love. Otherwise, you wouldn't invite them in your house. You might as well
That's
do
it.
the job right.
That's right. Going subterranean, Mike, is always good.
I've seen basement jobs. You swear you're on the second, third floor. They're amazing.
Well, this is what we're
It's just
talking
not worth
about.
it.
Nowadays, the basements also, besides the 3-foot door, we're talking about doing the bedroom now, is that bedroom must have an egress window, which people don't know about, and some builders don't inform
That's a very big
owners.
deal.
And
Fire
when you,
marshal.
right, you get in trouble then. Again, so this is why people say, do we need a building permit for our basement? Well, you can do whatever you want without the permit. The question comes when you go to sell or refinance your house, or if there's an accident of some sort and there's an insurance claim,
You're not going to get a sign off.
you're in trouble. So we
You're going
always
to have to then correct it at the last moment. And if you think it's going to take 2-3 weeks or 2 months, they really don't want you to close that quick, and
Yeah.
because you didn't follow rules.
So,
So up front, if you do it all and accumulate all your ideas, and that all your ideas have to get done basically at the same time. This can't be too many stages on the project because it's not that big an area, really. You know what I'm saying? And there are things that have to be done first.
this
and
is
second.
a major one that people don't put in, and it's a $7,000 cost to put in an egress window and a code-compliant egress well for emergency access in and out of that bedroom in case of fire down there. And it's not added into the job, and then people get hit with that as an unseen extra that a builder will, into your job for $30,000, and everybody else was bidding 35 or 36, as our old friend Earl used to say, the low bidder.
There's a reason why.
There's
you
a
will
reason
do it.
why, and the building inspector will either make you take the door off and remove the closet out of that bedroom. So
You have to remember one important thing. This is your house.
Right.
You're not doing a so-called project for Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
So we're just advising you accordingly as to what could happen out there on these types of small basement jobs that you do for $15,000 or $20,000, and they don't comply to any of the codes that are now in force. That later on down the road you're going to spend that extra money putting everything back together.
Might as well enjoy it.
Right, enjoy it. You might as well get the expertise you need. So always, consult somebody when you're doing any sort of construction project on your home of that magnitude. Have a design professional come in and make sure that you're following some plans.
There's a lot of people involved in the basement that really works out well. There's a lot of different trades. Someone has to understand going into this up front, all the stages necessary. An architect, a good builder who understands the philosophy of how things are done in staging.
Right, and now these people have no access to this basement, most likely except through your house, the center of your house, and down a central staircase. And they're going to be working to do that basement. It could take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on what you're trying to accomplish down there. So again, the selection of the contractor and the design build team is very important because these people will be in and out of your house at 7 a.m. and they'll be leaving at 6 p.m. And they were using your front door, like coming in. All the material is going down through their
you have
sheetrock.
to figure. How to bring in sheetrock 4x8 pieces, which is not going to come down through the door.
Right.
It's not. Because
Right, you have
there's
to
a
cut it in
ceiling
half.
problem, and you can't cut it in half. There's too many seams. Come on. You want to roll it in a ball?
We've cut it in half. We've had to cut it in half to get it down
There's
the L-shaped
always another
steps.
way to come into a basement.
So-
But that's when you've done
How
any-
else will you go? You got to take windows out then and cut blocks
there's
out.
even other ways. You can come through the garage. There's other ways of coming.
Well, that's a second staircase, but most basements that we see are the ones that just have one central staircase from the center hall going down into the
By
basement.
setting up a second egress, you
That's
have
it.
another means of coming in.
Right, if you were cutting a window. So that's why when you do the egress well and the egress bay, that's where we bring the sheetrock in.